Hello everyone, my name is Hamid Reza Shaki. Today I'm doing a presentation about confined spaces, atmosphere testing specifically, OSHA 1910.146. I'm going to talk about the procedure of testing the atmosphere inside of the confined spaces. So let's start with the objectives of the presentation. First of all, at the end of the presentation, audiences will be able to comprehend the definition of the hazardous atmosphere inside of the confined spaces. Second, the procedure of atmosphere testing of confined spaces before the entry, and at the end, recognition of the importance of testing the atmosphere by a case study. So, what's the definition of confined space? Hazardous atmosphere, means an atmosphere that may expose employees to the risk of death, incapacitation, impairment of ability to self-rescue, injury, or acute illness from one or more of the following causes, which will be introduced to guys in the next slide. So, first of all, flammable gas, vapor, or mist in excess of 10% of its lower flammable limit, or LFL. Second, airborne combustible dust at a concentration that meets or exceeds its LFL, or by obscuring the vision approximation, which is in distance of 5 feet. Third, oxygen concentration below 19.5% or above 23.5%. Fourth, atmospheric concentration of any substance for which in excess of its dose, or PEL. And at the last but not the least, immediate dangerous to death to life and health. Before the entry, we have to check the atmosphere of the confined spaces with the calibrated direct reading instruments for oxygen content, flammable gas and vapors, and potential toxic air contaminants, specifically in this order. And then air ventilation. We have to provide continuous forced air ventilation into a confined space. Employee may not enter the space until the forced air ventilation has eliminated any hazardous atmosphere. So what's the criteria for air ventilation into a confined spaces? So the forced air ventilation shall be so directed as to ventilate the immediate areas where an employee is, and shall continue until the employees have left the space. Actually, the source of air circulation should be from a fresh and clean source. Periodic test. The atmosphere shall be periodically tested as necessary to ensure that the continuous forced air ventilation is preventing the accumulation of a hazardous atmosphere, and employees who enter the space shall be provided with an opportunity to observe the periodic testing at any time. So if a hazardous atmosphere is detected, this is the mandating, emphasis on this, OSHA mandating each employee shall leave the space immediately during the entry if hazardous atmosphere is detected. So, the procedure for atmosphere testing can be classified into the two categories: the evaluation of the hazards of the permitted space, and secondly, verification that acceptable entry conditions for entry into that space exist. So let's start with the evaluation processing, the first class. The atmosphere of a confined space should be analyzed by equipment of sufficient sensitivity to identify and evaluate any hazardous atmospheres, so that appropriate permit entry procedures can be developed and acceptable entry conditions is stipulated for that space. Verification testing. The atmosphere of a permitted space which may contain a hazardous atmosphere should be tested for residues of all contaminants identified by evaluation testing using permit-specified equipment to determine the residual concentration at the time of testing and entry are within the range of acceptable entry conditions. Duration of testing should be made for at least the minimum response time of the test instrument is specified by the manufacturer, and order of testing should be oxygen first, combustible gas at the second place, and toxic and mist and vapors at the end. This order is so critical. Testing stratified atmospheres. When monitoring for entries involving a descent into atmospheres that may be stratified, the atmosphere envelope should be tested at a distance of approximately 4 feet in the direction of travel and to each side. If a sampling probe is used, the inference rate of the progress should be slowed to accommodate the sampling speed and the direct response of the case studies. Let's start with a nice case study. United Airlines maintenance crew in Illinois, Bill and Tim, is called to repair a seal leak in a dry bay at Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C. and also train Virginia crew. Prior to their arrival, fuel was removed from the wet and dry bay and fuel cells was ventilated completely. Atmosphere was measured for explosive levels according to the procedures. Illinois crew requests compressed air from Virginia crew to determine where the leak is located. Bill entered dry bay and Virginia member entered wet bay and quickly identified leak locations. After that, Virginia crew enters wet bay to begin repair work, and Bill watched them. At the same time, Tim works with Virginia crew on the dry bay. He enters dry bay with half-mass organic vapor respirator, MEK, and vacuum and begins scrubbing seal. Hand vacuum is powered with compressed air to clean up seal. Bill hears silence in dry bay 2 minutes after Tim enters the space. Bill looks in dry bay and is immediately overcome and passes out. 911 is called and multiple attempts are made to remove the body. So, let's discuss about the root causes of these sad events. So, we have bunch of root causes for this sad event, but the first of all is Tim had no attendant. The crew did not measure flammable causes level and not measure oxygen and air contaminants. They did not use supply air. Hand vacuum was powered with nitrogen, not compressed air. So basically, the last one is the root cause of these events according to our presentation. Have a nice day and thank you for your attention.